Hey guys, Mark here. And as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, well, this just doesn't work without you guys. So I just finished watching the first episode of All or Nothing. Um, just a spoiler alert. If you haven't seen it and you're going to see it, don't watch this video. I'm just going to give you guys my thoughts and stuff on it. From the standpoint of the team and the season as it was, just kind of break it back down. The way it starts out actually looking back how we got the 2017 season. So it goes back to the draft of getting Zeke Elliott, and of course, thank God. I mean, thank God. You know, there's a lot of you guys out there that hate Dak Prescott and think that he's the worst quarterback in the world. But keep in mind, the Dallas Cowboys were, at one point, trying to trade back into the first round of the draft to get Paxton Lynch. You know, one of those quarterbacks that the talking heads said, you know, great pedigree, first round draft pick, highly rated. Imagine where this team would have been in 2016 had they drafted Paxton Lynch instead of Dak Prescott. Probably wouldn't have been much different than the 2015 season, the season without Tony Romo, where the guys that they had who were NFL experienced quarterbacks in Brandon Whedon, Matt Castle could only win one game. But the Cowboys were fortunate enough that Paxton Lynch got picked up before they could make that move, and that they ended up drafting a Dak Prescott, because that season in 2016 was remarkable. So it starts you out how you get to that point. And then it begins the high expectations of the 2017 season. Everybody's feeling great. You know, the team is selling more merchandise than anybody else. And it's looking bright, and everybody's having Super Bowl dreams. But what's clear is, and I kind of touched on this morning, that I said, when you don't get better, you get worse. The Dallas Cowboys literally sat on their laurels and basically said, we're just going to run Zeke Elliott. We got the best offensive line in football, and we're just going to maul people. And that worked against the New York stinking Giants. But what was evident was the coaching staff all looked at Zeke Elliott and put everything on Zeke Elliott's back. Everything. And unfortunately, the whole NFL suspension, the ups and downs, you could see the emotional toll where it seemed like Zeke Elliott was kind of checked out, where, you know, he looked kind of glazed over. To carry that burden of going into the season where you were suspended, having to get a restraining order against the NFL to be able to play for 2 weeks, and then going into that second game not knowing if you're going to play the next. I'm sorry, I couldn't function. I dare say most of you guys wouldn't be able to function having that. The other thing that's kind of interesting, because everybody talks about, is Jason Garrett. You know, he's got a potty mouth. He cusses a lot and things like that. Cussing is fine and dandy and all that stuff, but is there getting a reaction? Do you see, like, oh my God, people shocked and scared for their jobs? I don't see that anywhere thus far in this situation. I see that they're setting up the narrative, and you can take clips, because, you know, you're talking about days worth of video. You can take enough clips to set up a narrative any which way you want to. But clearly, in this first episode, they're setting up that Dez Bryant is a malcontent. That Dez Bryant, you don't ever see him around having good relations with anybody in this. Dez Bryant is always by himself, or Dez Bryant is in it with the coaching staff. I don't know if that is completely the narrative that's always there, or if that is just how Dez Bryant was relating to others. And the final thing I'll talk about on this is the vacuum that's going to be with Jason Witten gone. You can see that Jason Witten was an emotional leader on that team. Jason Witten was the heart and soul, at least as portrayed by the video. And it'll be interesting to see how Dak Prescott steps up and takes that role as well. So onward to episode number 2. So again, hope I didn't spoil it for anybody, but those are just my thoughts on the first episode. We got 7 more to go. don't think I'm going to do them all tonight because I literally cannot stand still for that long. But anyway, we got episode 1 down. See you guys.